What is up, guys? BP Hero coming at you today. And what we got is the 2019 Easton Fab 4 Travis Clark model. Thanks to Keith McDonald, one of our subscribers, for sending this out to me so I could check it out for you guys. The field we're on here is one of the usual baseball fields that you've been seeing us on. It's 325 down the lines and 350 in center. And the temps on this day, it was like 8 in the morning and it was around 70 degrees with no wind blowing or anything like that. We are still hitting the good old evil balls. But today, it was just a mix of BP 52 pluses with a few 44 400s and Classic M's mixed in. Since it was a little bit cooler on this day, I didn't want to get too adventurous with the harder stuff. This bat is a 27.5, and it did swing a tad on the lighter side just because it was insanely smooth to get through the zone. Based on that, I personally would go up to a 28.5, but I've been known to like bigger end loads and a heavier bat, so that's probably why. This bat is approved for USSSA, NSA, and ISA play. And when Keith sent it to us, it had about 40 swings on it. This one is an end load, and as usual with Easton as of late, nothing is listed as far as an end load goes with this, but this did feel close to a half ounce of end load to me. It is a two-piece with the same rigid composite handle like most everything has these days. And the barrel is a 13-inch, and it was super soft if you got one on the sweet spot. It was a tad unforgiving up or down the barrel, but as long as you got balls on the sweet spot, they came off quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I'm going to throw you guys for a little bit of a loop here, do something kind of new I'm working on for some of these videos. We're going to head over to the BP Hero Labs and see what we got cracking over there. So we're going to start with some radar work here, just to kind of throw in some of the highlights, some of the better numbers that I saw here. So these clips are from when I first got the bat. It had about 40 swings on it. And what I look for in a good U-trip bat is a mile per hour, somewhere around the mid-90s, which is what we got out of this one. And then I did throw it on the scale here. I know a lot of people like to talk about scale weights and worry about scale weights. I personally don't, but in the name of BP Hero Labs, that's what we're here to do. I threw it on the scale just normally and then put it on the scale just to kind of show how much of that weight is kind of more towards the end of the bat. And then I was a little surprised by the compression testing. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little disappointed that this did fail compression, being at, it's around maybe 125 swings tops. And I was mindful of what balls I was hitting with it and everything else. So to see it fail that fast was a bit discouraging, but, it is what it is. But back to the action here, and I'm going to finish this up with some pros and cons, which is something I haven't done in a while. I felt was a good thing for this bat. Starting with the pros, it has great performance when working off the sweet spot. It was wicked smooth to swing, so if you're usually someone that likes the bounce bat and wants to try an end load, this would be a good one to check out. And I usually could care less what a bat looks like, but this bat looked incredible. Black with gold accents is always a go-to in my book. This bat was definitely the best looking 2019 for sure. And the bad I just covered here earlier is the fact that it did fail compression so quickly, and that did surprise me. I know I preach just a round or two of BP for some of this newer stuff and throw it in the bag. I personally can get easily 150 or better out of a bat before I have to start worrying about compression issues, especially when it comes to hitting a mixed bag. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I did make Keith aware of the issue the second I found it, and he was very understanding, and for that I was very grateful. I've had hardly any issues with subscribers in bats and testing and stuff like that, so to see this one was a little bit of a surprise, and I do thank Keith for being understanding that this kind of stuff just happens sometimes. Overall, though, this is definitely a bat that I would recommend. Just be mindful of the compression testing, as with any current U-trip bat these days, and make sure to think about the weight you want, since these do swing a touch light in my opinion, and enjoy a bat that's going to hit as well as it looks. That's all I got for this one, guys. Thanks for stopping in and checking it out. Thanks to Keith for sending this out. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Hit it right to the brush, too.